Assalamu alaikum friends, this is Sabil from Quran and Sunnah. There is no prophet except that Allah gives him two ministers from the inhabitants of earth and two ministers from the inhabitants of heaven. He says, my two inhabitants from heaven, Jibreel and Mikael, my two ministers from earth, inhabitants of earth are Abu Bakr and Umar. Mikael also plays a role in the life of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Jibreel is the closest of all. Jibreel had a first encounter with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he was a child. Jibreel opened sallallahu alaihi wasallam's chest. He grabbed the heart of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He took something from the heart of Muhammad and said, "This is a portion of evil with you," and he threw it away. And he washed Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam heart with golden vessel with Zamzam, and Jibreel alayhi salam put back his heart. Suddenly one day at Ghar Thawr, at the age of 40, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw Jibreel. Jibreel appeared in the form of a human being. Jibreel grabbed him and squeezed him to make Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam believe that it is real. He commanded him, read, say Iqra, squeezed him 3 times. After that incident, every time Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam go back to the cave, he started listening the voice, O Muhammad, you are the prophet and I am Jibreel. Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anhu said to Muhammad, if this companion comes back again, tell me. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam, waiting one day, Jibreel came. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam, hearing the voice and seeing the radiance of Jibreel. Khadija said, sit on my right side. And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, and she asked, do you still see him? Sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, yes. The Khadija said, sit on my left side. He said, on the left side. She said, do you still see him? He sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, yes. She took off her khimar, the hijab back then. Women used to cover their hair. She embraced sallallahu alaihi wasallam from behind him. She put her chin on his shoulder. She was holding him so close, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, almost in her lap. She asked him, do you still see him? Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, no. She said, be firm. That's an angel, not devil. Khadija radiallahu anhu studied the story of Jibreel. One of the characteristics of Jibreel is haya, his modesty. Anytime Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anhu later in Sira was not fully dressed, Jibreel would not come inside the house. He would call sallallahu alaihi wasallam out. Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anhu figured that out. Once Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam walking, suddenly he saw Jibreel in his full angelic form, covering the full space between heaven and earth, the entire horizon. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, he rose to the entire horizon. He started to come close to the sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Muhammad got so scared he fell to the ground. He went back to his house shivering, asked Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anhu to cover me. That's when revelation started to come. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam now no longer terrified the presence of Jibreel. Allah speaks to Jibreel directly with the revelation. Jibreel actually gets the Quran from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Allah finishes the Quran with Jibreel, as Jibreel alayhi salam started to descend, the angel surrounds Jibreel. They say, what did your Lord say? Jibreel said, Al-Haq, 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 and he is the most high and the most great. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, all of the angels started to say, the truth, the truth, the truth. The most high, the most great, and they all start to descend with Jibreel alayhi salam. Suratul An'am came with 70,000 angels to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As we read Quran, the angels start to gather around us, because the angels, they have not been given to the gift of reading Quran. They listen to it. Only few angels can read Quran. Obviously, Jibreel alayhi salam, one of them, and few other angels. There are numerous ways Jibreel alayhi salam taught Quran to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There are 7 ways of recitation. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in the hadith of Abu Dawud that Jibreel came to me and told me that recite the Quran in the recitation that been given to you. I started to read. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said Jibreel was on my right side, Mikael was on my left side. Mikael said, increase it. So Jibreel taught me another recitation. Mikael looked at Jibreel, said, increase it. So he taught me another recitation. Mikael said, increase it until he said 7 times. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was given 7 different modes of recitation. It's truly magnificent. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam memorize it, bear it by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are other ways Jibreel came to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He did not stop coming to his dreams. He sometimes came to his dreams with Mikael together. One time he sees them, sallallahu alaihi wasallam sees them, Mikael, Jibreel together, showing punishment of the grave and the rewards of the grave. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was shown his house in Jannah. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, leave me now, let me go into my house. Jibreel alayhi salam put his hand on him, said, you still have some time left in this world, then you will enter in Jannah, inshaAllah ta'ala. In one dream, Jibreel alayhi salam showed Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anhu for 3 consecutive days in his dream, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and told him, she is your wife for dunya and akhirah. Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anhu, she used to boast that Jibreel proposed on my behalf.